Listen to this. While our country is struggling, while the citizens of Canada are going through a very difficult time, we're, we're paying taxes to take care of asylees in Canada. And this is a report right here that I'm reading off the Globe and Mail, where the federal government of Canada says that it has spent $1.1 billion to house asylum seekers in hotels since 2017. Just bear that amount in mind. $1.1 billion. Asylum claims have increased dramatically from 50,000 approximately in 2017 to 173,000 in 2024 in Canada. Is it only me that sees a problem with this number? Are Canadians so well off, so rich, that we can afford to take care of others outside the country? Shouldn't we be taking care of Canadians first?
Honestly speaking, this is wild, right? $1.1 billion, and then like try and owe the CRA or like your provincial tax body any taxes and see how hard they come down on you, right? Like they will literally sell your house. And for what? So they can give 1.1 billion to asylum seekers. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I'm all for compassion, and anybody that is actually running away from danger in their country, then honestly, I applaud Canada for being there for them. But as we all know, this stuff gets massively taken advantage of. I being from Nigeria myself, I know I've heard of some people that literally come here on a visitor's visa, and then they get to the airport and then they try and make an asylum claim. So that's literally the playbook. And it's ridiculous. Now, like, before we get all riled up, let's be clear. Like, Canada has a long history of welcoming newcomers. I was once a newcomer. However, I wasn't an asylum seeker. But I was once a newcomer, and Canada welcomed me with open arms. This decision is already causing tension. Like, the decision to cancel this aid is already causing tension. Some finger pointing. And because of all these migrants and asylum seekers and refugees, we're literally having like a lot of them are ending up homeless, right? Like we have I had a video the other day about a Nigerian guy. He's not an asylum seeker, but he actually came as a student. But because of the exchange rate, his parents are no longer able to afford his fees, and now he's homeless. So I really don't think that Canada really has the facilities to accommodate all the people that they're letting in, right? But yeah, anyways, like, what did Ottawa end? Like, what exactly has happened here? So earlier this year, the federal government they had been footing the bill for temporary hotel rooms, mostly for asylum seekers and irregular border crossers. So people that cross the borders irregularly, especially after the influx through Roxham Road. They were spending over $275 million through the Interim Housing Assistance Program, IHAP, helping cities cover shelter overflow by booking up hotels. I know the Ramada Inn in Cornwall, Ontario was pretty much booked solid with asylum seekers. Now, that funding has stopped in several key regions, and cities are being told to figure it out by themselves. Toronto Mayor Chow, she's furious, says that Ottawa's abandonment is irresponsible, and she's not wrong. Peel Region already declared an emergency. Niagara Falls says they are now using taxpayer money to house migrants in hotels. So y'all let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about that? Are you okay with your taxpayers' money going towards housing people that cross the borders irregularly? Or would you rather that your tax dollars goes towards like actually building more hospitals, getting more doctors, so that we can bring down that number of people that died waiting on a wait list down from that 74,000. Now, why is this happening? Why is all this happening? You might wonder. Why now? So Immigration Minister Mac Miller claims the system needs to be rebalanced, that the original intent was just a temporary thing. But now you've had people being on there since 2017. It's literally 8 years. So much for temporary. The feds say that cities have had plenty of notice to find alternatives. But cities say that they were caught off guard, and the asylum system backlog still enormous, over 186,000 cases pending as of the middle of 2024. So we have 186,000 asylum cases that are still pending. Wow. Meanwhile, some provinces like Quebec demanded this months ago, after claiming they were overburdened by federal immigration targets. So, I mean, if the federal government are the ones making these targets and forcing them upon provinces, then I think they should be footing the bill, or they should be cleaning up their own mess. But let me know down in the comments below what you think about that one. Now, what is the impact of this? Now that you're no longer housing these asylum seekers, what do you think that's going to be? Let's talk some numbers. So Toronto said over 3,000 asylum seekers were using these hotel shelters in the middle of 2023. Niagara Falls says they're currently housing 2,000, some now with local tax dollars. So apparently your tax dollars being like housing 2,000 people. Meanwhile, Canadians are homeless, hungry. Okay. Maybe it makes sense here because this makes no sense to me whatsoever. And in Cornwall, 700 were sheltered in hotels. That's the Ramada Inn. I had mentioned Cornwall. Now they're scrambling for a plan B. Community groups are stretched thin. Shelters are full. And the optics, let's just say, not great. So what is the global context to this? Is Canada alone in this? Well, obviously not, right? We know that the Western countries, they move in lockstep. So Canada's not the only one making tough calls. The UK has been dealing with migrant barrage controversies. The US has cities like New York City struggling with hotel overflow as well. But here's what makes Canada unique. So we've built our identity here in Canada around being welcoming. We're the welcoming country. So when we finally say no, then it stings a little bit more. But let's look at it now from a political perspective. Like, what does that mean? So critics are saying this is a political move, trying to curb the public frustration over immigration levels and rising housing costs. This is true, right? Because we've had a lot of people really complaining about the immigration numbers. So I think this is just them trying to reel it in. So I'll say this is good. This is a good move, in my opinion, right? Supporters say Canada simply cannot keep doing this indefinitely, especially when Canadians themselves are struggling with rent, groceries, and hospital wait times. So who's right? Honestly, it's really complicated, but someone has to pay the bills. And Ottawa just passed the bill down to the provinces. And now to the cities. And let's be real, probably it's going to end up being us. Somehow, right? Because who's the one paying the taxes? It's still us. It's not any of these governments, it's us. It's our money, right? It's all our money. So what do you think? Should Ottawa have pulled the plug on this? Or should they have eased it off slowly? Let's talk about it down in the comments below. And more importantly, how do we balance compassion with capacity? Let's hear about it down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like, share this video so a lot of people can actually know what's going on in our country. I'm Le Vibes. I've been your host. If you're vibing with me, be sure to let me know by just subscribing to your boy. And until next time, peace.